What's going on, everyone? Joe from Hognose. I hope you guys are having a great night. This is a video I have been wanting to make for quite some time now. Reason being is I have so many people that purchase from other breeders and they come to me and they say, "Hey, Joe, my baby's not feeding. What can I do for my baby to feed, or what can I do to make my baby feed?" Yet again, now there's many questions you need to ask the breeder or the person that you purchased the baby from is, were they feeding unscented, scented? What kind of scent? How many times have they fed? There's many questions that you should ask the breeder or the person that you're purchasing a baby hognose from. That's very, very, very important. And I always say here, buy from a reputable dealer, check out their feedback, read the comments that buyers leave for the breeder. Make sure it's a reputable dealer. Always ask questions. Always ask questions. Very, very important. And of course, as always, if you're interested in your first baby hognose, check out my morph market. I do post sales probably like once a month, twice a month. Link down below. Now, before we get on with my feeding methods, there are certain scents I love using when it comes to the baby hognose. Now, you always try unscented first. Try for a few minutes. If they pull back, ask your breeder what scent they have fed on. Try that scent just to get them back on feed. Now, my favorite scents to use is number one, sardine juice in water. Sardine works the best for me. Number two is salmon. Salmon in water works number two. Number two, the best scent for me to use. Now, number three for me that works very well is chicken bone broth, guys. Make sure it's chicken bone broth, not chicken broth. Chicken bone broth works extremely well for me. Now, there's other scents you could try too as well, guys. Frog juice, toad juice, tuna juice. You can try Vienna sausage juice. I heard that works very well. You can use chicken, rub the pinky on a chicken. Chicken heart juice. Guys, there's so many scents you can use. Try them out too as well. My top two, sardine juice and also salmon juice in water, of course, never oil. So in this video, what we're going to do is go over my feeding methods. I'm sure other breeders use these methods, but I came up with these methods over the last 5 years when it comes to feeding babies. And I will show you the names of these feeding methods that I have named, and I'm going to show you examples of my baby's feeding when it comes to these methods. So the first method we're going to talk about is an awesome method, periscoper. So you got a periscoping hognose baby. They stick their nose out of the tub and they always look at you. They don't move. They're waiting for the food. They know the food is coming. As in this example right here in this video, this is the best method for feeding. I love it. Babies are hungry. They periscope. They wait for the food. They know it's coming. Now, the next method I use is called the tap, flick, and push method. Now, I always dip water on the pinky head before I go in to feed my hognose. When it comes to this method, you want to push the pinky into the mouth of the hognose, the baby hognose. And then when you pull back a little bit, they flick their tongue a couple times, and it gets those scents on the tongue, and it goes into their Jacobson's gland. So they process, hey, is this food? What is this? What's going on with me? And when it comes to this method, when it comes to your baby, you push, you pull back a little bit, let the tongue flick, push back into the baby's mouth, pull back a little bit, let them flick their tongue. And if it's a calm baby, this works for a calm baby, this method. Eventually, if they're calm, they will take the pinky like you see in this video. One method some breeders use is the pick up and hold method. It works extremely well for me, especially for frisky hognoses. You know they feed well, but you know what? You try to put that pinky in front of their face, and they just don't want to eat it. They just can't get the scent. They're going crazy, running around. Just pick them up. If they're docile, you pick them up. You put that pinky right in front of their mouth, and guess what, guys? This is a method that I use quite often on feisty baby hognose. The next method is the sneak attack method. Very easy. This is good for a calm baby hognose, ones that like eating. Just don't cast a shadow. Just put the pinky right in front of their mouth. And guess what, guys? Boom, they eat. This method is very simple. It's for babies that feed very well. And of course, a method that I don't promote quite often, especially if I sell a baby hognose to my customer, I like to have 8 to 10 consecutive feed-ins before I ship my hognoses out. But I had a customer last week that said, hey, listen, Joe, the baby fed 2 times, scented sardines, 5 feed-ins, frozen, thawed, unscented. Their last 2 feed-ins were on sardine scent, and my customer said, hey, listen, Joe, I can handle it. I can do sardine scent, no problem. So guys, here you go. This is the scent method. What I do on every feed-in, if my hoggies take scent or not, I always start with unscented. I keep on trying to feed the hoggy, baby hognose, for about 2 or 3 minutes. And I go in there, they're flicking their tongue, and then all of a sudden they pull back. They pull back, they don't want it. You know they don't want it. Then I revert to what they have fed in the past when it comes to scents. And in this case, my baby has fed on scented sardines a couple times, so I dip it just a little bit in sardine juice, and there you go, guys. Bingo. She took it right away. So when it comes to scenting, you just want to tap the pinky nose into the sardine juice just a little bit, just enough where they can get the scent of the pinky in their Jacobson's gland and say, hey, listen, this is sardine juice, I like it, feed them. And every time you try to feed after that, a little bit less and less if they don't take unscented. And of course, eventually they will take unscented. Now, the one method I use quite often, and it works very well, especially for feisty hognoses, if they feed pretty decent, is drop feed. You got to drop feed, guys. You got a baby hognose hissing, just squirming all over, feisty, just doesn't want to eat. You put the pinky in front of their mouth and they just don't want to do anything. Drop feed for 12 hours. After 12 hours, if they did not feed on the drop feed, take it out. So 12 hours or less when it comes to drop feeding. Guess what, guys? This works pretty well for me about 20-30% of the time. It does work for me when it comes to the baby hognose. I do try this once in a blue moon. Like I said, I do have some success with it. Now, the next method works incredibly well for me, guys. It's the water method. It works incredibly well, especially when it comes to feeding my babies for their first time ever. What I do is get a pinky and I dip it in water. So I have the water dripping off the pinky head and I put it in front of the baby hognose. I let the water drip into their mouth. They start drinking it. And what happens is, and that scent gets into the Jacobson's gland, and they process it. They're like, hey, listen, this is food. So you keep on tapping, let them drink the water, pull back, let them flick their tongue, push, and eventually they will eat the pinky. But with this method, guys, you got to be incredibly patient, very calm, very patient. Let them drink from the pinky head, and eventually they will eat the pinky. And at the end here, my last feeding method works extremely well for a calm baby hognose. You try to put the pinky in front of their face. They don't want to move. They don't want to flick their tongue. It happens. It's very rare, but what I do is I drop feed right in front of their face, wait about a minute, tap their towel. So I got a video on YouTube I just came out with about 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's called Tapping the Towel. Tap the towel or tap the body. So if they're hiding inside their body, tap their body until their head is exposed. Put the pinky right in front of their face, and I can guarantee you 80% probability they're going to eat that pinky. All right, guys, that being said, check out my playlist, Feeding My Baby Hognoses. So I do have a couple tips and tricks when it comes to feeding babies in terrariums. Those links are down below. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next video. This is Joe from Hognose. I'm out. Cheers.